Okay, here we are. Welcome to the last session in this series. So last but not least, today is Intimate Mantra Day. In Intimate Mantra Yoga Nidra, I'm not afraid to adapt any practice from any of the other approaches to my purposes. So the overall structure blends Satyananda and Himalayan elements, although depending on the purpose of the session or depending on my mood, I'll lean more heavily toward any of the other methodologies. So I'm not afraid to use anything that comes my way. In other words, I'll work not only with what makes sense, but also with what I feel is right. And another thing, and the most important thing that differentiates the intimate mantra style, is that exclusive focus on debunking the myth of a standalone self by deconstructing experience, by inviting you to slow down and just look. And the looking I refer to here involves all the senses, correct? You know what I mean. All right, so just one last reminder. Yes, here in the channel, everything is 100% human-made. No alien intelligences involved. Okay? All right, so ready for our session? Let's begin by finding a comfortable position. Okay to sit, okay to lie down. Grab any props if you need them or if you want them. And I'll give you a few moments to get adjusted and when you're ready, go ahead and close the eyes. And gently allow attention to come to the senses, to sensory activity. Notice the sounds around you. Just listen, following one sound to the next. Just take the time here to dissect the elements of experience. There's hearing, the direct experience of the sense of hearing. And perhaps there are thoughts about the sounds you hear, labels, comments, preferences, judgments, all luring you into reaction. That annoying horn, or that construction noise is killing me, or that bird sings beautifully. No need to do anything about anything, just witness. Just notice how experience is created. Shift attention to the points of contact between the body and the surface, providing support. And observe your actual experience. Observe how the sense of touch, how touching, generates sensations that are immediately recognized by the mind. That gentle pressure of the clothes on the skin, the weight of the body. Just acknowledge each sensation. And of course, the thoughts that describe them. Allow attention to come to any other sensations in direct experience, any other stimuli, smells, tastes. And notice how the sensory perception is translated. It's always the same process. A sensation, a stimulus, and a story about it. And then perhaps a preference, an emotionally charged thought. Good, bad. No need to do anything about it. Just welcome whatever may be present in the field of awareness, right here, right now. Acknowledge that darkness in front of your closed eyes, the sense of sight, the experience of seeing. Notice the warm, friendly, vast darkness. And welcome the manifestation of any subtle phenomena, colors, forms, patterns, and the thoughts about them. If nothing shows up, that's perfectly okay. You notice how even nothingness is labeled with a story. Something should be happening, or I should be seeing something wonderful. What's wrong with me? I'm not good enough. Blah, 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 blah. Now attention turns to the mental realm and focuses on the thoughts themselves, the mental images. Note how thoughts are just subtle, empty whispers. And notice the tendency of the mental apparatus of the mind to react to mental elements when there is emotion involved. The tendency to identify with some elements, to push others away. Simply observe the inner flux, the coming and going. And now, when attention relaxes fully, it touches every aspect of direct experience: hearing, touching, smelling, tasting, seeing, sensing, thinking, everything. Everything as awareness. Not only as awareness, but as self-aware awareness. It's that simple yet undeniable knowing. The here, the now. Please continue to follow my guidance as we get ready to go on a journey of attention through the body. The doer takes a back seat. Words are heard. Meaning emerges. An intention is set. Everything on autopilot. Nothing to do. Nowhere to go. Please bring the attention to the top of the head. As attention reacts to the spoken words, it shifts its focus to the sensation identified as top of the head. Or maybe instead of a sensation, there is an image of the head. Or the label, the word. That's okay. It's okay. It's what's happening for you. So notice that as attention takes on the role of intention, perhaps at some point, the beliefs, images, ideas about the top of the head lead you to the pure sensitivity of the moment. And you might start detecting a faint feeling or a warmth, a presence, whatever it is, sense, feel. And please keep breathing. Attention moves to the face, the entire face. Just notice the raw experience, fresh, unnamed. Forehead, eyes, ears, nose, cheeks, mouth, jaw. These are all descriptions pointing to raw experience, raw sensations. So allow the descriptions, the labels, the mental images to guide you to these felt sensations. What is the label face pointing to? Observe each fuzzy, tingling sensation with curiosity, like a newborn baby. You know, a newborn baby has no concepts to play around with. The baby's experience is all about sensory activity. Pure sensory activity. Attention moves from one element to the next, and sensations come and go. The focus of attention now comes to the neck and the throat area. What does the neck, the throat, feel like as sensation? Come in touch with a sensation or whatever comes up in this very moment. If it's a story, a description, an emotion, what does it refer to? Dive into the raw sensation, that which is present before the comment, immediate, undeniable, undeniably here, now. The shoulders, feel the shoulders, the feeling of the shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Keep noticing, letting go into the experience. The arms, right, left arm. Sensing, maybe feeling the elbows, the wrists, maybe not. Perhaps just the entire arm is accessible. Whatever comes up, thoughts, pointing to a sensation of warmth, heaviness, density. Keep breathing. You set the intention now to move attention toward the hands. What comes up for you? Sensations, thoughts, images. Observe, get in touch with the idea of hands. Thought, here now. Translating the direct experience of the palms, back of the hands, right, left. Maybe you notice attention moving from finger to finger. Some sensations are more present, while others are barely noticeable. Or maybe the hands are felt as one amorphous sensation. Whatever it is, it's always happening in the moment, in this very moment. Explore the chest in the same manner. Intention, attention, thought, sensation, thought, sensation. The area of the belly. What does the sensation labeled belly feel like? Stay with the simple feeling, simple, factual. Even the thoughts, when their content is let go of, just here, now, frequencies, appearances in the field of awareness. Observe. Notice the hips as sensation, the legs, front and back, thighs, quads, knees, shins, calves, ankles. What happens when attention moves from part to part? So shift attention to the feet now. Thoughts, images keep coming and going. So what do you feel? Is there an edge to any of these sensations? A place where they start or stop? Or are they just amorphous appearances in the field of awareness? Slow down and observe. And now as attention relaxes and expands to the whole body, perhaps there's a new perspective. A perspective that moves away from thoughts, moves away from a mental description, and reflects the direct experience of the body. The certainty of what's right here, right now. And that includes sensation and thought. But thought as a container of description, of interpretation. Thought content pointing to the real deal. Now please allow attention to come to the breath. What is your experience of the breath in this very moment? Fast, slow, shallow, deep. No matter the experience, simply observe. Observe the breath happening in any way it wants to happen. When we slow down, we're able to perceive that what we call breath is actually comprised of independent but interacting elements, which the mental apparatus, the mind, takes and joins in a meaningful gestalt, a meaningful whole. In fact, it does that with everything, everything. It gathers raw sensory activity and groups it into things. And by doing this, the mind creates meaning, creates a world of meaning which reinforces its own identity. So, this primary thing, this fabricated I, only exists as long as there are other things that contrast with it. The breath. What are the elements here? What exactly makes up what we label breath? The most obvious and perceptible element is the sensation of the air coming in and out through the nostrils or through the mouth. Please shift attention to that sensation and stay with it for a little while. The sensation of the air coming in and out through the nostrils, or if you're breathing through the mouth, the mouth. Can you feel the sensation of the air at the back of the throat as it enters and leaves the body? So please focus on that sensation for a few rounds of breath. It can be pretty subtle, but you just need to slow down. What other sensations can you feel? Sensations that we usually label breath. What about the sensation of the belly expanding and contracting? Can you stay with that sensation for a little while? Most of our minds are in constant activity, and that means movement of attention. Untrained attention has a tendency to roam around, to get distracted. And that's okay. It's just doing its thing. If that happens at any point and you become aware attention has been drawn to a distraction, a sound, a sensation, a thought, whatever. If that happens, it means awareness itself has returned you to the moment and freed attention to move back to its objective in this part of the practice, which is the sensation of the belly moving. What other sensations can you detect? Sensations that we label breath. Perhaps the movement of the chest, or some other part of the body that's rubbing against the clothes while breathing is going on, or even subtle mental elements. Are there thoughts about the breath? Thoughts that interpret the elements, that give the breath a direction, in, out, up, down. Maybe there's an image of the body breathing, or even an image of the nose. So I'll give you some time to explore on your own. And just remember, if you run out of options, you can always return to one of the elements that we have been exploring in this practice. And finally, simply get in touch with the natural rhythm of the breath. The group of sensations we have been examining, all labeled breath. Notice how they seem to be in sync with each other. They seem to be part of the same flow. The sensation of the air coming in and out through the nostrils, the mouth, at the back of the throat. The sensation of the belly, the chest expanding and contracting. So please just stay with the overall flow of sensations as they appear linger for a little while and disappear as they come and go. Breath control dissipates. Attention gradually relaxes until the whole body is in the field of awareness, fully anchored in the background of experience. And then it relaxes more, 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 until it encompasses the entirety of experience, until it rests as awareness, as experiencing, as pure being. We're getting ready to emerge to daily life, turning attention back on, back to the senses, sounds, the sensations, the darkness in front of your closed eyes. With each breath in, bringing more and more and more aliveness to the body. Until at some point the body might want to start moving physically. Just allow it to happen whenever it happens. And allow the body to move in any way it feels like. Take your time. It's your transition. It's your transition to waking life. And when you're ready, if you're not already there, please come to a seated position. Eyes are still closed for just a little while longer. Just to give you enough time to reflect on your journey today. So maybe you notice the tendency of the mind to go there, to the experience you've just had, to immediately start diving into the past. But then again, maybe you're anchored in the moment and you're able to see that these thoughts are thoughts. Here, now, appearances in the field of awareness. Beautiful. Let's finish our session with a deep breath in. Fill up those lungs. Come on. Hold the breath at the top of the inhale just for a little bit. And then open mouth. Let it all go. Eyes open. Welcome back. This is the end of today's session. This is also the end of our series. So this series has been a taste of the upgraded experience I am preparing for those of you who are interested in taking your experience, in taking your life to the next level. So more information soon. Thank you so very much for being here with me, and I'll see you next time.